Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I would like to introduce to this channel a new group that I would like to focus on, and that's STAYC. So recently they took out a new song and I really liked it, and I was like, you know what, let me listen to the mini album that came with it, and I really enjoyed the other songs, and I was like, I think it is time to introduce a new group into the channel, and STAYC was the one. So we're gonna do a group reading. I know that we are in March, so we're getting close to halfway through the year, but who cares? Let's do the group reading and figure out how the year is going to be for the group. So the first question is, what is the current energy of STAYC? What is their current situation? We have the High Priestess reverse. We have the Queen of Coins. The Ten of Swords reverse. The Four of Coins and the Devil reverse. So currently, I feel like I don't have enough cards, but I'll just jump into the interpretations for now. The first card that came out was the High Priestess, so that tells me that right now something is a bit off. So usually the High Priestess talks about intuition. It talks about, following your emotions, following your heart, doing what feels right, doing what is, I guess, what their heart and what they're passionate about, something along those lines. And with it being reversed, it kind of feels like they're currently in a state where maybe they're not very comfortable doing something because it's not yet, whatever it is that they want to do or whatever they want to manifest is not like fully there. But I don't feel they're on the wrong path at all. I feel there's something probably stressing them out somehow. The cards to clarify the High Priestess was the Four of Coins and the Devil reverse. So the Four of Coins talks about like holding on to something. And since it's coins, I do feel that I don't know what company STAYC's from. But because I kind of just jumped into this reading, being completely honest. I didn't do my research. I just kind of went like, I like the music, let's go. That's just how this video came to be. But with the Four of Coins, it feels like maybe they're holding on to money very closely. Maybe that's why I mentioned the company. Like maybe it feels like I don't know how much money or stuff the company could have, that maybe they are in a place where they're doing well economically and financially, but it feels like they're afraid of something, and I think those fears could be trickling down to the group. That's kind of where I'm getting at, because the Four of Coins does talk about someone that's holding on to something very dearly, maybe their treasure, their possessions, money, because it's Pentacles energy. Coins is all about our finances, our career, and money, work, health, all of that. And if you see the imagery on this one, it kind of feels like maybe the company is holding onto the group very closely, very dearly. I think the group is doing pretty well, so I wouldn't be surprised if the group feels a little bit suffocated with how the company is treating them sometimes. The only thing that I keep on hearing in my head is like, I don't really even know where it's from. It might be from Lord of the Rings. You know how you have the thing being like, my precious. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. But with the Devil reverse, that's a pretty good card being reversed. Usually the Devil talks about being under the illusion of something, feeling, to me it symbolizes society, the outside energies or the environment that's influencing an individual. But with the Devil being reversed, I feel that the group is still doing their own thing. They're still focusing on what they want to focus and what they believe in. So that's why the High Priestess is not, I don't feel anything bad from the High Priestess. Like, I don't feel like that the group is completely out of whack. I don't feel like something's like super wrong with the group. It just kind of feels that they're not fully in the energy they would like to be. And I think that this Devil card reverse kind of shows that they don't really have outside influences that are negatively impacting them. They don't really have the pressures of trying to fit in and trying to be unconventional or trying to do what everybody else does to succeed. But I do feel that they may feel like a lot of pressure that may be holding them back a little bit, and I think that's the reason why the High Priestess is reversed. Like, they're not doing anything bad necessarily, and it's not affecting their emotional state. It's just reaching the point where they feel too many responsibilities and pressure being weighed down on them. But again, it doesn't feel super bad. The other card that we have right here is the Queen of Coins. So when I saw the Queen of Coins, the first thing that I thought is the group is raking in money, and that's good. For the industry that they're in, it's perfect. But with this Queen of Coins, it kind of shows also that the group is very good at taking care of themselves and taking care of other people. So the Queen of Coins usually talks about someone that loves to give gifts to other people, loves to care for other people, make sure that everyone's healthy, make sure that everyone's safe and protected. The Queen of Coins is a very caring energy, very stable as well. So I do feel that currently the group is this Queen of Coins, right? They're financially doing pretty well. They're, the group is raking in money, since that was the words that kind of came up when I saw this Queen of Coins. They seem to be taking care of themselves and their health, and that seems to be very good as well, of course. So I do feel that they're in a very good position right now, and honestly, that's nice. I'm glad that they're doing well. The other card that we have here is the Ten of Swords. Usually, well, it's reversed, but the Ten of Swords upright usually talks about someone that is overwhelmed with thoughts, is thinking a lot, and it's impacting them on the surface as well. So it's someone that is very stressed, someone that's frustrated, someone that could be a little bit anxious about all the thoughts, they're being overwhelmed with ideas. But with it being reversed, it kind of feels like the group may reach those points where they're kind of stressed, they may feel overwhelmed sometimes, but they're so stable in the 3D world that they are able to kind of bring themselves back and put themselves together, if that makes sense. So they try not to worry too much, they try not to dwell too much on negativity, or maybe worries of not being up to, maybe not having the skills to do something. Like, they're doing a pretty good job at staying stable and staying centered. So I think the group is doing a pretty good job, not only in their career, not only financially, but also they're working very well on themselves. So they may not feel like 100% emotionally satisfied with something in relation to their career, because that's kind of what I'm focusing on, but they're definitely I guess you could say, in a healthy enough place that they're not destroying themselves mentally and overwhelming themselves with responsibilities and maybe feeling like they're lacking skills or anything. I think the group is stable enough to feel like they're doing okay and to be able to rest as well. So that is actually very nice. Now let's focus on the next question. So for 2022, which is the year we're in, what's going to happen for STAYC? In their career, of course. So a card came up. New Moon in Taurus, know your worth. So New Moon talks about new beginnings. It talks about a new journey, a new chapter in life. And with that Taurus energy, which the Queen of Coins is Taurus energy, we have the sense of they're about to start a new chapter in their life. So 2022 seems to be like a good year for them. Taurus does carry this energy of someone that is financially very stable. It is someone that is very determined, very persistent in making their dreams come true. I was gonna say Cancer for some reason. So I guess my misspoken Cancer word that just came up. In astrology, Cancer is a very caring energy. It is very nurturing and very healing as well. So I'm taking that as a sign that the group is taking care of themselves, their mental health, and all of that. So just like a little side note that kind of came up. But going back to Taurus, what I wanted to mention is that Taurus is an energy that is slow and steady, right? So it's a growth that is very stable because it's building up one step at a time. Taurus is very good at taking those baby steps towards their goal. So I do feel that this new moon in Taurus is talking about STAYC as a whole. In this year, they're focusing on their skills, they're focusing on their self-worth and self-love, which in return help them improve as individuals and also improve in the skills and the passions that they're whatever they're passionate about, which I do feel many of them might really be happy with their career and their choice of that. So I wouldn't be surprised that when they're taking care of themselves, it will reflect on their work as well. So that's kind of where I'm getting at, that right now they're entering into this new chapter. This 2022 is going to be filled with them just being full of abundance and prosperity, because it seems like they're doing a pretty good job of taking care of themselves and they seem to love what they do. as a career. So again, it would just naturally reflect on that because they're taking their time. I feel that they're not trying to push themselves and rush to the top. They're going slow and steady, and I think it will be rewarded very greatly. So they're doing well. That's all I'm getting at. And in 2022, I do feel that they're going to do even better. Now I'm going to take out one card for each one of the members and focus on their career and what could appear for them or what could happen in 2022. Now I can tell them apart, but I don't really know their names. So I have next to me like a website with all of their names and stuff. So if I say any of them wrong, forgive me. And yeah, let's just jump into it. Ow. So the first card that came out is for Sumin, our leader. So this is a fire element. The cheetah has a very fast moving energy. Here we have the 3 lower chakras being the main focus for her. So we have the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus, which talks about stability. It talks about following what motivates her, what inspires her, what motivates her to move forward, what drives her to move forward. And then the yellow, which is the solar plexus, talks about confidence, it talks about creativity, and it talks about optimism. So I do feel that this year she's focusing on like what is the next action, what is the next thing that has to be done. She's like running towards her goals almost. She seems to be very focused on whatever that goal is, and it seems like she's also very focused on herself and making sure that she's taking care of herself. So if that's the energy that she's carrying for 2022, I guess it makes sense why for the whole group that's kind of like the main energy going on, because if she's focusing and making sure that she's okay, then that will set an example for everybody else to also try to focus on themselves and make sure that they're doing okay. Now, the next person that we have, so the Hangul says Xion. So let's figure out for 2022 what is going on with Xion's career. We have the rabbit. So this is an earth element, which is usually a symbol of stability and being grounded and rooted. But with a rabbit, we have a sense of nervous energy. So for her, this 2022, in her career, there's a sense of she's going to be fully alert. The rabbit energy is very cute, very fluffy, adorable, but rabbits have a flight response that is pretty prominent, right? Prominent? I think prominent is the word, actually. So this tells me that in 2022, Xion is going to be more in the energy of someone that is trying to avoid problems, trying to just focus on her own energy as well. I feel that she may have a lot of nervous energy around her in her career. Like maybe she feels a lot of pressure, or maybe she doesn't really she tries to avoid problems, and because of that, the moment she sees any hints of that, she kind of just puts herself to the side and tries to avoid issues. So this rabbit energy makes me feel that she's very alert and trying to avoid problems at all costs, which could come off as someone that is just kind of like very fleeting and just moving away, which for some of you may think, how does that show stability? But I feel that this is more of the sense of, when someone is in the no bullshit type of energy, like someone comes with drama and people are just like, don't even bring it to me, I'm out, I'm not going to entertain this idea. I feel that she's more of that energy rather than this like scared coward rabbit. It feels more of like the strategy is very simple. If you want to avoid problems, don't even bother with them. Don't even bother with people that bring problems in. So I do feel that in 2022 she will do that in her career. So if there's anyone that wants to bring any issues, she'll make sure to just kind of step to the side and be like, forget that, I ain't dealing with those problems. So this one's funny. My sister and I were like, how do you say this name? Because when you see the I guess the romanization of it is Isa, at least to us. But then when you read the Hangul, it's actually Aisha, and I'm just laughing. It will be Isa. That's even worse. I say worse because that's definitely not what we were thinking. But anyway, for 2022, how will Isa's career be like? Oh, 2 cards came out. I'll take both actually. So for her, we have the bee and the lizard. The bee is an air element, which makes me think that the focus is going to be her thoughts and how she speaks. Her communication will be important. And for the lizard, we have a fire element, which is her actions. So with the bee and the lizard, it tells me that for 2022, her main focus is just going to be to work very hard and adapt quickly. So I know lizards are not the ones that just kind of change colors. Those are chameleons, but I kind of thought of that. And this fire element that the lizard has, it makes me think that she's going to be very quick to just get work done, very focused on her work. Her ideas are going to be filled with how can I improve with my work, how can I improve my job, how can I improve my skills. So it feels like she's a very hardworking individual. This bee, it makes me feel like she's very good at working with other people. And you know how bees, they have their colonies and they work together to improve their home, if you want to put it that way, and to make it functioning. So I do feel that she has this energy of working very hard, and she does it not only because that's just how she is as a person, but she does it to make sure that the group is doing well. So individually, that's her main focus. Her main focus is to continue working very hard because that brings her happiness. There's a bit of green when you combine the blue and the yellow. That's kind of what happens. But yeah, there's this sense of, she has confidence in her skills, but she is always willing to improve on them. She's always ready to jump into the best opportunity to take action. One of the things that I'm starting to feel is that the bee, it feels like that's her inside persona. Someone that is very hardworking, someone that's very confident, someone that's very good at communicating with herself and to other people. She seems, I don't know how she is as a person, so you guys tell me, but it feels like she is a person that is very good, okay, based on the cards, that she's very good at speaking the truth. So she could outright say, this is how things are. She could be very honest in that sense, but she's also very truthful to herself. So she knows where she's at. She understands her skills, her limitations, what she lacks in, and all of that. And with the lizard, it feels like that's her outside persona. Her outside persona is mostly one that takes action, just gets things done. The lizard makes me think of, how lizards have the ability that if you cut their tail, they can grow a new one. So I do feel that she has this ability of adapting very well to her environment and just going for it. And I think some lizards are very, very fast runners. Just saying. So it seems like she's very quick to just get stuff done, and I feel like that's kind of like the main thing. So those two cards are for Isa. It's not Isa. It's Isa. I don't know where to put the emphasis. Anyway, so the next person we have Seun. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Forgive me, life. I need to listen to how they say their names and then I'll memorize it. But for now, this is how it is. So for Seun, what's going on in her career for 2022? We have the moth. So there's a sense of a transformation. This is an air element, so again, communication is important. Now, previously we had Isa in a way that it's someone that speaks her truth, very honest. But in this case, we have Seun, and she's more of like a heartwarming, like whatever she says is from the heart. It's honest and truthful, but it seems a bit more gentle. It seems a little bit more caring and more loving. Again, I don't know how these people are. Like, I just like their music. That's why I decided to add them to the channel. But I don't know how they are as people, so you guys tell me. But for Seun, in her career, it feels like she will think in the most loving way. She will think of caring for herself and her heart. So out of all of them so far, it feels like the one that will try to embody the high priestess energy will be Seun. She will be the one that will try to do what feels comfortable, what makes her feel happy, what makes her heart feel satisfied and content. She will follow that side of herself, and she will do that so like that she can continue gaining that confidence necessary to being successful in her career. She will do that so she can feel that there's an optimistic outlook in life. Seems like she tries to always go towards, the brighter, optimistic way of looking at life. So I do feel that in 2022, she will just focus on trying to stay optimistic, trying to stay happy, and to continue transforming into this beautiful and grounded individual. I think that she's going more towards that. And also, if you look at the moth is flying towards the light and kind of coming out of darkness. So I do feel that she will be very optimistic, and she may bring this energy to the group of someone that is bright, shiny, and happy. So she'll bring a bit of happiness to the group for sure. Okay, good. Now the next person that we have is June. Okay. So for 2022, what is going to happen with June's career? We have the Cobra. Interesting. So here we have a fire element. Oh, it's strange because the Cobra makes me think of someone that is intense, someone that may be even angry. But for whatever reason, right now that I'm staring at it, I feel very happy, and I feel almost like this childlike, playful energy coming from it. So I don't know how to feel about that. It's kind of not necessarily contradictory because, you know, you can have an angry baby, an angry child, you know, someone that is very playful and likes to live happy with life, but at the same time just has it's hot tempered too. So I don't really know how June is, but I do feel that maybe on the outside she could look a bit scary or intimidating, but in the inside she's like this like fluffy and happy ball of energy. But yeah, if you look at the colors here, we have a bit of purple or violet color, so that's the third eye energy. We have red, so definitely root chakra energy, and then there's a little bit of orange, which is sacral chakra energy. So this tells me that in 2022 she will have this sense of getting rid of the old and bringing in the new pretty easily, because, you know, cobras, like all snakes, are very good at shedding their old skin and, you know, coming out older, bigger, and stronger. I guess you could put it that way. I don't know about stronger, but I'm just saying that in this case it will be a metaphor of her transforming into this stronger individual, because it's kind of like, you know, when you shed old skin, is like you get rid of old baggage and you start becoming this new person because you're healing basically. So with this Cobra energy, there's this sense of like June automatically has like this intuitive feeling of what to let go of and who to deal with and who not to deal with. And then with that red, it tells me that she's very good at just letting go of things that don't work for her and just slowly go out of her cocoon to be this new person that is free of that baggage. And also that orange tells me that she is very passionate, very motivated, and ready to move forward, because again, this is a fire element, so this kind of shows that she is always ready to take action. She's ready to move forward, and I don't think she dwells too much on the past, or if she does, she makes sure that she heals it as much as possible so it doesn't bother her. So that tells me that in 2022 she will just continue doing that, which is one of the main things that continue popping up in the general energy of the group. And last but not least, what is going to happen with Jay's career in 2022. I'll take that one. So we have the swan. So this swan energy is water element, which is the only water energy that we got for the group. This swan is, you can see the reflection of the swan in the lake, pond, or water source. Water source, you heard me, water source. Which tells me that Jay is in the energy of, you know, being in her emotions. Seems like she's very creative, or she really likes to, you know, communicate with her heart and be like, okay, what do I want to do? What am I feeling called out to focus on, and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's because she's the youngest one of the group, or she's just naturally someone that actually likes to delve deep in her thoughts and in her emotions to get inspiration and get creativity. But with the swan, to me, it always meant transformation, because you know how you have the Swan Lake and it was like a human that will transform into a swan or something like that, or how you have like the ugly duckling that turns out to be a swan. Those are like the kind of stories that make me think of transformation, right? So with this imagery, it kind of feels like Jay in this year, she's going to focus on looking at herself in the mirror and figuring out how can she improve, how can she become better, how can she continue transforming. And it comes from a sense of purity, and it also makes me think of the Hermit card. So in tarot, there's a card called the Hermit, which focuses on enlightenment and awakening. So I do feel that that's what she's doing. So in 2022, she's going to learn more about herself, more about her feelings, and that will all help her become this brighter person. She will be having this self-awakening of understanding who she is. She's going to be more self-aware of what she believes in and what she wants to do in her life, and that will give her not only perspective and understanding, but also the knowledge necessary to move forward and being successful. So that will be helpful, I feel, in their career. But let's go on to the last question for this video, which is any advice that has to come through for STAYC that will help them in 2022. Any advice for their career or anything that has to be said. So we have New Moon in Gemini, think it through, and we have New Moon in Leo, shine. We have 2 New Moon cards, which again talk about beginnings. So I think the advice is to just be ready for the new beginning that life is offering them. It could be in their career, or it could just be as people, right? Here we have Leo energy and we have Gemini energy, so a lot of masculine energy. So I think that this is the advice for them to help them move forward or continue on with whatever actions they're going to go for. With the New Moon in Leo in the word shine, it kind of shows that they need to understand that their confidence and the ability that they have being able to believe in themselves is what has helped them reach the point that they are at right now in their work and as people as well, right? That has been the skill that has helped them just be successful. Also their confidence, and again, not only a confidence they have as in projecting who they are as people, but also the confidence that they have in their skills is what has helped them and has been, like, I guess, the key factor in making them very successful in their career. So this New Moon in Leo is just kind of saying continue shining, continue moving forward, continue walking with confidence, and continue with, you know, that self-love journey, because that has been like the main ingredient for their success in their career. And also we have sunflowers. So I've talked about this before, but to me those sunflowers kind of make me think of people that admire them, or people that look up to them, and people that are wishing for them to succeed and do well. So I do feel that there's very good energy put out into the group, and I think that if they continue taking that energy, as well as the energy that many of them have been taking of just taking care of themselves, which the Queen of Coins kind of talks about that as well, is what has been helping them focus on their craft and make a good job, you know, take out a good product in their career. So I do feel that life is kind of just advising them to continue doing that. So what they've been doing, that's good enough. Continue with that. Also, Leo energy is very good for creative endeavors, projects. It's good for entertainment, music, art, and all of that. So I think this is a very good card to get when we are talking about advice for this year. Now, the other card that came through is Think It Through with New Moon in Gemini. So with Think It Through, I'm actually thinking they may encounter some challenges because we have the Mountain. So when they encounter challenges, life is advising them to actually put some thought into it. Gemini can be a little bit reckless and can be a little bit surface level. So what I mean by that is that the energy that is manifested in general is someone that may just get very quick information and then make a decision without being fully informed. So Think It Through just makes me feel that the advice that they're getting is that when they are not too sure of what to do, or they encounter a very challenging challenge, I guess so if they encounter a challenge and they feel like they lack information, they can like pause a little bit and get more, you know, do more research, or get more advice from other people or something along those lines, because Gemini can be a very fast-paced energy. For some, you know, for people that don't really know how astrology works, Gemini is what many people think Aries are like. Just putting that out there, you know, very impulsive, reckless, you know, hot-headed sometimes. So in this case, I do feel that Think It Through is just think it through. Yeah, I think I said that right. Is kind of telling them when they're about to do something new, when they're about to enter this new journey and figure out a new path or whatever, if they're unsure of what to do or how to move forward, it will be for their best interest to actually gather more information and stuff like that will help them have more tools and resources going on forward. So that seems to be like the main advice for them in 2022. But I will leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I don't really know how to feel about this video because I was so excited in making it that I don't know if I was able to explain it thoroughly. And I was also very worried in making sure I pronounced their names right, that I was like, I hope that they didn't get, you know, I hope those worries didn't get in the way of making a good and entertaining and fun and interesting video for you guys. But regardless of all of that, I we'll see you next time, whenever that is, however that is. And thank you so much for watching. And welcome to anyone that just randomly finds this video. Since this is a new group, I'm expecting new people to come in. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Love and healing for my part to you, and bye.